This is the Inside Information Stakes. It's a grade 2, and it's the 9th race on the Pegasus World Cup card at Gulfstream. It's run at 7 furlongs for 4-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. And if we take a look at the field, we've got some prominent players, most notably Maryquitecontrary, Olivia Darling, Gerrymander, and Intrepid Daydream are ones that normally run at this class level and are familiar to Gulfstream, and I would consider to be the prominent players in here. And we do have a couple of additions that can potentially make a little bit of noise, and we'll get to them. If we look at how we're going to play this, looking at the field one at a time, Sassy Nature generally doesn't run 3 times in a row, and this would be the third off the layoff. And if you look at her running line, she's been managed pretty carefully, has only run 3 times in a row twice, and the results have been kind of mixed. So that's a little bit of an issue, coupled with the fact she's going to have to deal with Gerrymander on the front end at 7 furlongs. So there's some issues. Coming from turf to dirt, I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's not an overwhelming angle for her trainer, but I think that Sassy Nature will be okay in this race. It just have a couple of question marks about running here and taking them all the way. Initially, I had given some thought to including her for the value, mainly because of Gerrymander doesn't really inspire a lot of awe, but probably just not good enough. And considering that you've got a couple of horses here who are going to be coming late and some pressers, probably one you want to toss. Gerrymander, I've never been a big fan of this horse. I don't think she's ever realized her potential. Tends to give it up on the lead pretty readily. At 8-1, you are getting a nice price. But Chad Brown's barn is just cold as ice, inexplicably. And this one, while I think 7 furlongs will be fine, and could, if she can get on the lead and with some soft fractions, she could be there late, but just doesn't seem to have the heart to finish the deal. And I'm going to use her underneath reluctantly. I could see her falling right off the board as well. But at 8-1, again, some nice value. So Gerrymander, you can include. Bluefield runs from off the pace, and at 7 furlongs, that's certainly a positive. This one I don't think is really good enough to win this race, but I think having the late running style, looks to be in decent form at 7 furlongs, a pretty good distance for. I think she can definitely come in to the money. Intrepid Daydream is coming off a nice second, though. Couldn't get to Spirit Wind, and that was a little bit of a concern to me, as Spirit Wind looked like she was kind of sucking wind, pardon the pun, down the stretch. But it still looks to be in good form. The question is whether or not she can get up at this class level. She did put together a nice string of wins, so she knows how to do it. But she's got Maryquitecontrary to deal with, and I think that's problematic. But certainly one to use, and with the right circumstances, could very well get up and win this one. She's out of here, just not good enough. 50-1, that's pretty self-evident, so that's a toss. Music City Star isn't a bad horse, but I really don't think he's good enough in here, and maybe can get up underneath at the bottom of the try, but I think there's others who are more capable of that, so I'm going to pass. Olivia Darling is one that I've never been a really big fan of because of her the issues with finishing the job. She just never seems to be able to. But debuting at 5, she got her career high buyer in her last race, and maybe one that is coming into her own. And that's extremely possible that that's the case. Excuse me. So Olivia Darling, I think, is very logical, a good fit here. I think class-wise, she's a fit. 7 furlongs, I don't think is going to be a problem. And if she can take another move forward, she will get first jump on the late runners and have every chance. So Olivia Darling, we like a lot in this spot. 2-item saver isn't good enough to win this race, but there's a couple of really big things to think about with her. Number one, she's coming from synthetic into a dirt race, and I always love that angle because it really tightens them up running on synthetic. And I think that will give her the ability to run her best race. Now, is it good enough? Probably not. But Nacho Correas is 38%, third off the layoff, 62% in the money with a 680 ROI. Cannot overlook that. So 2-item saver, certainly a use. More likely for under, but at 12 to 1, I think you're getting a good price. Dreamster would be not just one I don't think is good enough. Running style is not commensurate with the quality of the other horses, so she's a pass. Maryquitecontrary is extremely logical in this spot. Horse for the course and horse for the distance. Loves 7 furlongs. It meets her right between the eyes. Came off a nice win in her last race. All systems go. Maryquitecontrary, the pick to win this. So if we look at our wagering strategy, we're going to use gerrymander reluctantly, but we will, with Bluefield, Intrepid Daydream, Olivia Darling, 2-item saver, and Maryquitecontrary. We are going to leverage that Maryquitecontrary will win this. So what we'll do is I considered the Intrepid Daydream and Olivia Darling to be the logical second choices. So we're going to do cold exactas with both of them. And what I would do is leverage accordingly how you feel. But I think I'd probably leverage a little heavier towards Intrepid Daydream and then Olivia Darling. So then we'll key an exacta with Maryquitecontrary on top. We'll hope we can get 2-item saver at 12 to 1 underneath it in second place. So we'll use 2, 3, and 10. So if we key with Maryquitecontrary and she wins the race and we get the logical finish we're expecting, then we've got we win 2 different ways. Then we'll box Maryquitecontrary with Olivia Darling and Intrepid Daydream. So then we've got a little bit of a saver, and if Maryquitecontrary wins with one of those two in second place, now we've got 3 different possible ways to collect, and that maxes out our ROI with horses that are going to be likely pretty short odds. For the trifecta, we're going to key Maryquitecontrary on top with 2-item saver, Intrepid Daydream, and Olivia Darling. And this way, we can, as a most likely finish, we can maybe go a little heavier with a smaller ticket, and if it comes in, we get paid. But we'll also back it up with a saver with Maryquitecontrary on top with 2, 3, 10, with 1, 2, 3, 8, and 10. And then we'll wheel 3 and 10 with 9, with 1, 2, 3, 8, and 10 as a bit of a saver. So that does additionally give us a way to double up on our trifecta. Now, as far as gerrymander goes, I wouldn't talk anybody out of it if they want to try to put gerrymander in second. At 8 to 1, that's decent value. But if I'm going to go with value, I think 2-item saver offers to me a little better chance for a value horse to get up into the money. So gerrymander, I can understand it. I can't see her winning. It just doesn't win. And more often than not gives it up on the front end. I think the horse lacks heart. So I'm going to go against her there. So to me, it's Maryquitecontrary's race to lose. And hopefully with our leveraging strategy, if we get some of the shorter prices up, we can collect with max ROI on multiple bets.